going to be a gain of 4 yards, making it 2nd and 16. The third voice you hear here in the booth is that of former Vikings corner Patrick Peterson, who stopped by the booth and is joining us for a little bit of the call. Darnold back to pass, feet get a little jumpy, throws left, caught T.J. Hawkinson, sweet move to the right, gets to the 35 and is taken down at the 37. 13 yards from Darnold to Hawkinson. Now it's 3rd and 3 from the Vikings 37.
And Patrick, what with a tight end like with T.J. Hawkinson, what problems does he bring? I mean, you put a safety on him, put a corner on him. What do you do?
You almost want to put a nickel back on him because he's so versatile in the pass game, as you just saw, just running a simple 10-yard out, but turning that into a 12-yard game, making this a much manageable 3rd down.
Minnesota 4 of 9 on 3rd down. Jefferson in motion to the left, 3rd and 3 from their own 37 with a 10-point lead in the 3rd quarter. Sam facing a 4-man rush, straight drop, bounces around in the pocket, fastball to the 41, caught Hawkinson, 1st down. That was like Big Boy was a rebounder, and he got position for Chris Finch's Minnesota Timberwolves, and he hauled in the rebound for a 4-yard gain and a 1st down, and the Vikings hustled to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10 from their own 41. 2 receivers left and right. Hawkinson is slot right, just to the outside of Brian O'Neill. Aaron Jones shifts to the left side, now back to the right of Sam the Man on the Fan out of the shotgun. It's a gun run to Jones to the right side, just a little bit of room, gets to the 43 for a gain of 2, and we head down to Ben Lieber.
Yeah, you guys, 3rd downs continue to be an issue. The 3rd to go situations. Earlier in the game, I reported we had 5 3rd down situations, averaging 11 yards per 3rd down. We had 5 more up until that last 3rd and 3, and guys, we got slightly better at almost 10 yards per 3rd down. So, guys, we got to do a better job penalty-wise and on 1st and 2nd down.
Darnold facing a Tremaine Edmonds blitz. Back to pass, throws over to the right. Incomplete. Jordan Addison, seems like he dropped it. It was right in his hands, 3rd and 7.
Yeah, it looked to me like he wasn't even really expecting the throw. The ball kind of caught him by surprise. So the Bears delayed blitz. They flush Darnold out of the pocket, and he throws another great ball. And it just, again, it looked to me as if Jordan Addison wasn't expecting it. It kind of took him by surprise. So the Vikings are left with 3rd and 7. And ball with the time of possession, with everything else that's going on, and their offense starting to get some momentum, we need to move the chains here.
Minnesota 5 of 10 on 3rd down. C.J. Ham motions to the backfield. He's to the right of Sam Darnold. Out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Another 4-man rush by the Bears. Sam bounces around, throws over the middle. It's incomplete. And there's a penalty on Kevin Byard III. T.J. Hawkinson, again, boxed him out like an elite rebounder. Would have caught it, but they're going to get 3-1 here for a foul.
Pass interference, defense number 31. Ball, he placed the spot of the foul, automatic, 1st down.
Yeah, and Patrick, do you agree with that call? Because he kind of came through the back of Hawkinson.
100%. He got there just a little bit too early. He saw the play, he recognized the play, but just
that's the worst,
contact.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Right? You're like, okay, I know what's coming, and then, oh, here it comes, and you get there too soon.
Exactly.
You have to find a way to just not wrap. I think it was the arm wrap around the waist of Hawkinson that got him to throw the penalty. We got lucky we didn't get a delay of game on that play.
8-yard penalty, good enough for a 1st down. 2 tight ends to the left of Cam Robinson. 1st and 10 from the Bears 48. Handoff, Aaron Jones gets loose up the middle. Across the 45, jump cut to the right, hit at the 40, and stopped at the 39. 8 yards for A.J. 2nd and 8 for the Vikings with 4 minutes to go in quarter 3. Minnesota at 11-2 leads 13-3.
And Paul, to picking up this pace and running the football is helping this offensive line out.
Darnold from under center, hands it to Jones, right up the middle, 1st down, hit at the 35, bounces off of it, and plunges ahead to the 31. Hits a run of 9 for Aaron Jones, and a 1st down.
And Patrick, as a defender, you feel that, don't you, with the hurry up and just not being able to even correct what happened the play before?
No doubt about it, and that's what I love about the Minnesota Vikings offense, that they're able to keep you off pace. Like, now they're back in the huddle. So now you don't know what to expect. So when the offense come out and pretty much play that cat and mouse game with you, it makes it hard for the defense to kind of adjust.
Arnold with an I formation behind him. Jefferson in motion to the right. 1st and 10 from the Bears 31. 3:05 and counting to go in the third quarter. Minnesota leads 13-3. Darnold, play action off Jones. Throws to the right boundary. Incomplete. Looking for Justin Jefferson. And he was covered up nicely by Tyreek Stevenson, who has a pick, 2nd and 10.
And I think in that case, you had Darnold getting up to the line of scrimmage and saw the one-on-one coverage in the outside. It was some type of 8-man box. And this just a little bit high. I mean, these are the types of throws that we've seen Darnold make all season long. It's just kind of a speed out to the outside. He delivered it a little bit high. So for Darnold, again, that throw we've seen him make over and over again, but that time he didn't.
Jefferson targeted 10 times with just 4 catches, but a touchdown. Darnold takes the snap, toss right to Jones. He gets across the 25 right side, hit at the 20, bounces outside the numbers, and taken down at the 17. It's a 14-yard run for Aaron Jones. He's heating up with 67 yards, and we have a Bear down after that first down run by Aaron Jones. It is Darrell Taylor, a backup defensive lineman, and we pause. The Vikings lead 13-3 and are threatening to get more from U.S. Bank Stadium. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
Vikings fans, get more of the great content you crave right now on the Sirius XM app. Just search Minnesota Vikings on the app and tap the favorite star. You not only hear the game with your hometown announcers, but you'll also get access to the pre- and post-game shows. And come back during the week for extra Vikings content, including coach and player press conferences, interviews, and much more. It's all on the Sirius XM app. Download it and search Minnesota Vikings today.
Nobody covers the National Football League.
They give Mahomes time for the end zone. He throws it. It's caught. Touchdown!
Like SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88. Our team of former players, coaches, and front office executives like Pat Kerwin, Jim Miller, Rich Gannon, Alex Smith, and Hall of Famer Bill Polian brings you closer to the game. If it's happening, we are there. Live from the Scouting Combine in March to the draft in April. And in the summer, SiriusXM NFL Radio takes you to all 32 training camps. We connect you with the history of the game on stage for Hall of Fame weekend. Hear all the primetime play-by-play action from opening night through the Super Bowl.
Spectacular in every way. Confetti flying in the air.
Your 24/7 home for the NFL all year long. SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88.
Deck the home
With boughs of...
With our stable of former players, coaches, and executives all day long on SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88, and the SiriusXM app.
Playoffs thanks to Green Bay beating Seattle last night, but clearly have a bigger proverbial fish to fry at 11-2, looking to win the division after the Lions lost yesterday. 10th play of a possession that's gone 53 yards. 1st and 10 from the Bears 17. 2.5 minutes to go in quarter 3. Sam Darnold tosses left. Aaron Jones. Oh, he's hit. He's hit hard at the point of attack by T.J. Edwards, leading tackler for the Bears. And that's going to be a loss of 1. Tackle for loss by T.J., 2nd and 11.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you have J.J. out there and then you have Trent Sherfield, Brandon Powell, and Josh Oliver as the receivers, you're thinking run.
Darnold out of the shotgun on 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Throws over the middle. Caught Jefferson at the 2, and he stopped right there. Nevertheless, a 17-yard connection. Darnold to Jefferson. And now it's 1st and goal from the 1 for the Minnesota Vikings. And we have another wounded Bear.
Paul, that's the throw that Darnold's been trying to make to J.J. all night. It's a middle open defense. You get him behind the linebackers, underneath the safeties, and that time he delivered that football exactly where it needed to be. And again, I really think with the personnel that was in the game, the Bears were expecting run, and they didn't get it. But let me ask you this, Patrick.
Yes, sir.
Justin Jefferson, I mean, he's one of a kind. He's so fluid in and out of his breaks. If you're breaking him down as a cornerback, what are you thinking?
Honestly, it's tough because, I had the opportunity to go up against him in one-on-ones in practice, and the guy just make everything looks the same.
Smooth, right?
Like, just a smooth criminal. And it's hard to gauge what he's running in the midst of his route. So he's one of the best route runners in the game, and he's showing why that he's gotten, the handsome payday that he did.
There's no question about that. But it's in pairing him up with a guy like Jordan Addison.
Yep.
What about Jordan? He's an unbelievable route runner in his own right.
He is, and honestly, having Justin and Jordan here, it just made Jordan that much better because the attraction that Justin is going to get on a week-in and week-out basis.
First and goal from the 1. Vikes lead 13-3. Darnold's under center. Johnny Munt in motion to the right. Handoff. Aaron Jones to the right side. Into the end zone. Touchdown! He's showtime! And he runs the Minnesota Vikings to a 19-3 lead.
Hell, leave it to a former Green Bay Packer to run the football in the second half of a game and put the Vikings up, which will hopefully be 20-3. But this is exactly what this team needed. The offense to have a long drive, let the defense get to the sideline, recoup a little bit. So fantastic execution on behalf of the Minnesota Vikings on that drive.
Riker 30 of 30 on extra points. Snap spot, right-footed kick is good. Aaron Jones with the rushing touchdown, the 50th of his career and 5th this season. Minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Minnesota leads 20-3 on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Showtime and Polaris.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go a walk in the park with the new Ford Explorer. Become the MVP of the work site with the unrivaled performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America. Or discover what it really means to adventure in the great outdoors with the new Bronco Sport. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Hey, friends with food allergies, life is about to get way easier. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, let's not argue. You've got enough stress. Just remember this name. Liam's. Liam's. Lee to the ums. As in Liam's frozen entrees that are free of the top 9 allergens. What? Gluten-free, too. Delicious, nutritious, ready in minutes, safe meals for you, your kids, and even those adorable people who can eat whatever they want. Liam's rocks. To find which grocer's freezers are cool enough to stock Liam's, head to saferplate.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You know, it's crazy what you can pick up when no one's calling. The inviting sway of switchgrass prairie. Boots crunching dirt on a Black Hills climb. A wide open mind riding down the open road. And the silence of a darn good sunset from east to west. So go ahead and unplug. There's so much South Dakota, so little time.
Yes, sir.
Vikings 20, Bears 3. Guys, here's a little theme that's going on for you. See if you can put this together. In the second half, the Vikings offense has had 2 drives, not one single recorded run. That scoring drive, Aaron Jones gets 7 carries for about 7 yards a clip. You think we should run the ball a little bit more often this game?
No.
Boom! There's Reichard's kick.
Just kidding.
And Travis Homer Opts for a fair catch. 20-3 Minnesota.
Now, Ben,
Pete, don't be jerky, Pete.
No, I'm saying you bring up a great point, because you look at the time of possession and what did the defense need. I mean, they held together, they bent but didn't break to the nth degree on that last drive, and so they had some opportunity, they had some time to get on the bench, collect themselves, figure out what's going on. And you look at what's happening now, they're expecting the Bears to throw the football. You have Jihad Ward lined up as an interior defensive lineman, so if the Bears want to run the football here, they're definitely at an advantage.
Rome Odunze, the rookie, in motion to the left. 20-3 Minnesota, a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Flags on the play, and the whole thing's going to stop All-Star Bears.
No, that's on us.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it was Jamin Davis jumping offside.
Hey.
He was in the neutral zone, so we'll see. They're talking about it. At some point, they just got to flip a coin and make a decision here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense, number 57. 5-yard penalty, first down.
You're seeing it clearly, Pete. Jamin Davis.
Yeah, it's again, it's one of, you're giving them free 5 yards, and I understand Jamin Davis wants to be in there and he's getting the opportunity, but again, we have our small defensive front in there, and you can't let him run the ball now. 1st and 5.
Caleb Williams hands it to DeAndre Swift, and with a head of steam heads to the left side, plowing Vikings past the 40, outside the numbers to about the 44-yard line. That'll be a 13-yard run by DeAndre Swift very late in the third quarter. That Vikings touchdown, by the way, came inside the red zone, inside the 20. They've been inside the 20 3 times this game with 2 touchdowns. The Bears allowed San Francisco 5 red zone touchdowns last year. The last week, that is. Williams back to pass, whips one right, caught at the 50 by DJ Moore. Quick hitting gain of 9, 2nd and 1.
Yeah, and I think that's where Caleb Williams is getting better. There was a blitz on that play. It was a nice job by DJ Moore to just run a quick little hot route, a little hook, and the ball was delivered before the blitz could even get there.
2nd down, Vikes lead 20-3 deep in the third quarter. Handoff DeAndre Swift, and like Le'Veon Bell, he slow rolls it up the middle, then puts the pedal to the metal at the 47, and he'll get to the 43 for a gain of 5 and a first down. All right, Patrick, your thoughts on the Vikings at 11-2. Let's say they win this game 12-2. What kind of squad do you think it's gonna take to pass Detroit and win the division?
Man, they got a very good squad that can compete with Detroit right now. They just can't make those turnovers and those costly mistakes that they did in the first game.
Williams, empty backfield, 3 receivers left, 2 right. Goes back to pass, throws over the middle, and it's caught by DJ Moore. He's super speedy, caught at the 37, and that's where he stopped. 5-yard gain. That's the end of the third quarter. The Vikes lead 20-3. Appreciate you, man.
Anytime, Paul.
Stick around as long as you want.
Stick around.
Yes, thanks for joining the broadcast. That's Patrick Peterson. He is football immortality. 20-3 Minnesota into the fourth quarter against the Chicago Bears, and this is Minnesota Vikings football.
Off the red-nosed reindeer.
Network Radio Town Hall with Dodgers manager Dave Roberts. Hosted by 2-time Golden Globe winner Bryan Cranston. Hear a discussion about the journey to the Dodgers World Series title as Roberts shares stories from the dugout. Don't miss this exclusive Town Hall with Dave Roberts and Bryan Cranston. 4 p.m. Friday on MLB Network Radio, Sirius XM 89, and anytime on the Sirius XM app.
Sometimes you only get one look at greatness. After
O'Connell and the players have to say after each game on the Vikings channel. 8:20 on the Sirius XM app.
What's going on? Fourth quarter, Minneapolis. Ben Lieber, Pete Bursich, Paul Allen. Vikings lead 20-3. 2nd and 4 for Chicago at the Vikings 37-yard line. Handoff DeAndre Swift. Stutter steps at the line of scrimmage. Jukes out to the right. Jonathan Bullard, along with Jonathan Grenard, converge on Swift. It's a gain of 1, 3rd and 3 for the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, the Bears have over 100 yards rushing. And I want to just emphasize that the D linemen we have now, we have our big guys in there.
Bears 0 of 7 on 3rd down. Caleb steps away from the pressure, floats out to the right. Bernard's all over him, throws to the right, and caught at the 17. A nice piece of toe tapping by Keenan Allen. It'll be a connection of 20 yards and a Bears first down. Nice job, Keenan Allen.
And again, that's another perfect example, as Harrison Smith just can't quite get up there and get there. Did he have both feet on the ground? I don't know. We're going to have to maybe get a red flag, but I don't think we're going to.
First down, 1st and 10 from the Vikings 16. Handoff Swift. Runs away from Bullard as he tries to negotiate and get to the right side, but right into the awaiting arms of Blake Cashman. It's a tackle for loss by Cashman. It'll be 2nd and 11 from the Vikings 17 with Minnesota leading 20-3. The Bears scored a touchdown, but offensive lineman Doug Kramer checked into the game as an extra offensive lineman and forgot to report. So the touchdown was nullified. They settled for a field goal by Cairo Santos. They're looking for their first touchdown this game. 2nd down, 2nd and 11 from the Vikings 17. Empty backfield, 3 receivers left, 2 right. Williams takes the Shelton snap, steps up, fade to the end zone, incomplete, overshooting Roma Dunze, 3rd down.
Yeah, what a great job by Cam Bynum to play that double move. And as the Bears go empty, you have to make a decision on defense as whether or not you want to rush 4 or bring some extra pressure, and they did. It was Blake Cashman rushing up the middle, and I think Cashman is more of a contained guy or a late contained rusher. He's not pinning his ears back, but he's reading what Caleb Williams is doing. So we're adjusting our pass rush because of the mobility of Caleb Williams.
Bears 1 of 8 on 3rd down. 3rd and 11 from the Vikings 17. Empty backfield. Nobody's back there with Caleb. 3 receivers left, 2 right.
There we go.
False start. Yale rookie, the replacement left tackle.
Full start. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's Karan.
By rule, the clock will start on my signal. On the snap.
Oh my God, G.
Correct.
You know, it's. I mean, he's had a rough game.
Yeah.
But I mean, Braxton Jones practiced the entire week, and then had concussion-like symptoms yesterday and was scratched this morning. So
yeah, I mean, for some guys though, not knowing they're going to start up until the last minute, it's better for them. They don't have to worry about it all week long. But yeah, he was thrust into the spotlight late.
3rd down, 3rd and 15 from the Vikings 21. Caleb Williams shotgun. Travis Homer in the backfield to his right. Keenan Allen in motion to the left. Caleb protected nicely on a straight drop. Spins away from a Viking. Spins away from another. Now he looks to leap over a Viking, and he's trying to be Fran the man on the fan. He throws it up to the end zone. Flag on the play. Incomplete. Holy cow. Caleb Williams with a nice Fran Tarkenton impression there. He was hit hard at the end of it, a little slow to get up.
And we're going to get an eligible receiver down the field on the Bears. So I'm amazed at the shiftiness
eligible
of Caleb
member
Williams.
Of the offense downfield illegally, number 72. That 5-yard penalty has been declined. 4th down.
Let's head down to Ben Lieber.
You know who else is impressive is Jonathan Grenard. I know it's kind of fun to watch Caleb run around out there, and he is nimble and quick, but all along chasing him the whole way, having to redirect and explode out of every single break is Jonathan Grenard, and he was feeling it as they were going through that call there, the officials. He has hands on his hips. He is exhausted.
39-yard field goal try by Cairo Santos, who has had 2 blocked this year, including one by Jerry Tillery of the Vikings. Snap spot, high snap, put down by Taylor. Right-footed kick is up, and it is good. Cairo Santos makes it 20-6 Vikings on the Sleep Number scoreboard and the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
Vikings fans, be the light for a local family in need this holiday. Many families are forced to choose between paying for rent or buying groceries. Nobody should have to choose. Ring bells or donate to the Salvation Army and be a light. Every $100 raised feeds 3 families for a week, helps save a family from eviction, or provides hope when someone needs it most. Learn more at salvationarmynorth.org. Together, we can be the light.
You're listening to Vikings football.
This is Dave LaGreca from SiriusXM's Busted Open, and I love pro wrestling. And so do you. And that's why I'm bringing it to you every day on the Busted Open podcast. Join me in a cast of pro wrestling Hall of Famers for reactions, insights, and interviews with the biggest names. Plus, weekly sessions all about their decades of wrestling expertise that we call the Masters Class. Download Busted Open now on the SiriusXM app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Whether you're in a position to take down the crown or if you're on to daily fantasy, the only place to turn is Fantasy Sports Radio. Get started weekday mornings with Roto Baller Radio at 6, followed by Fantasy Football Morning presented by Fantasy Points at 7, and then me, Jeff Ratcliffe, at 9. I'll deliver you the best hip-hop tracks and fantasy football insight and
have to say after each game on the Vikings channel. 820 on the Sirius XM app.
Check out their all-pro lineup of cars and SUVs today, and boom! Santos kick to the west side of U.S. Bank Stadium. Ty Chandler 3 yards deep in the end zone. He opts for a fair catch. And the Vikings will begin at their own 30-yard line. Sam Darnold with 1 touchdown pass this game, meaning he has 29 this season. For players in their first year with the Minnesota Vikings, Darnold's 29 touchdowns is 1 behind Kirk Cousins in his first year, 2018. He had 30. Brett Favre had 33 in 2009. So Sam has 3 games and a quarter to catch and pass HOF Brett Favre with those 33 touchdowns in 2009. Jordan Addison sprints out wide right. Justin Jefferson left. Now he goes in motion behind Sam Darnold. Offset eye left behind Sam, who's under center. The tailback is Cam Akers. Darnold back to pass. He's going to wheel it out right to Jefferson on a sweet screen. Caught to the 30-35. Near the sideline to the 40. Justin Jefferson following his vanguard of blockers beautifully. That's a 21-yard connection. That's a first down.
Now, and that's just a decided play. It's a run pass kind of an option.
Flag on the other side of the field, Pete.
Yeah, what do we got going on?
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
There is no foul on the play.
Sweet.
First down.
You were saying?
Wow. Darnold, depending on the look the defense gives him, if the number count is right on the outside, then they throw it. If it's right on the inside, then you hand it off. So great decision. Again, getting Justin Jefferson the ball in space as the offensive line is just working laterally And JJ has some room on the outside. Man, he's just so explosive, Paul.
That was Darnold's first connection this game of more than 20 yards, meaning he has 53 this season, tops in the NFL. 12.5 minutes to go in the game. Vikes lead 20-6. First down from the 50-yard line. Handoff Cam Akers to the left side, and he's going to be hit by Ford right after he gets the ball. Tyreek Stevenson slow to get up. He finished him off. A gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
And Tyreek Stevenson had an interception earlier, and again, the first one that Darnold had thrown in quite some time. But I think in that situation, Darnold took that calculated risk and said, hey, I'm just going to throw up a 50-50 ball, and really pinned the Bears back even further. So, overall, Darnold hasn't looked as sharp as we've seen him. So how he ends this game is going to be very, very important. 2nd and 6 for the Vikings from the Bears 45. Darnold shotgun. Hawkinson in motion to the right. Sam with a short drop. Passes right. Caught Jordan Addison at the Bears 40 for a quick-hitting gain of 5. And that'll make it 3rd and 1 with 11.5 minutes to go in the game. Vikes lead 20-6. And Darnold's getting everybody back in the huddle. And I think Patrick brought up a great point with just the rhythm, the getting in and out of the huddle. That's been a very big weapon tonight for our offense. 3rd and short from the 40. 2 tight ends to the right. Handoff Cam Akers and countered in the backfield. He reaches for the first down to the 39, and he got it. Tough love yardage by Cam Akers, first down. Yeah, we dodged a bullet with that one. Tremaine Edmonds running through the offensive line untouched and makes contact in the backfield, but Cam Akers is able to spin out of it a little bit and just enough to get the first down. Darnold out of the shotgun on first down, facing a 4-man rush, throws it to the left side, and it's caught by Justin Jefferson at the 31 on Jalen Johnson. That's a gain of 8, but those are those throws you always talk about, Pete. Right hash mark, left sideline. I mean, what a strong arm it must take to do that. It does, and it's a lot. Some things that Brock Purdy doesn't make that throw. There are a lot of guys that can't. Darnold play action on 2nd and 2. Rolls out to the right. Throws to the end zone. And it's intercepted by Tyreek Stevenson. But flags all over the place. I mean, he shoved Jordan Addison about 6 feet to make that interception. This is going to be 1st and goal, Minnesota. The bad part is Addison was wide open early, and Darnold didn't see him, and then lofted that thing up there late. So we'll get the penalty. It'll be 1st and goal from the 1 yard line.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the defense.
Excellent.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 98. That penalty is declined. Pass interference. Defense, number 29. That foul occurred in the end zone. We're going to put the ball at the 1 yard line. Automatic, first down.
I mean, Tyreek Stevenson didn't even try to hide it.
Yeah, that was kind of a cheap shot by Montez Sweat. He just leaned himself in there and gave him a shoulder. But you're right, Tyreek Stevenson didn't try to hide it at all. Now,
30-yard penalty.
We gotta look up the last time we had 2 rushing touchdowns in the second half of a football game.
Oh, geez, that sounds easy.
Because I think actually, Cam Akers is in there right now, not Aaron Jones.
Mm-hmm.
But in this situation, you got 10:26 in the 4th quarter. Go ahead and run this thing a couple times, burn some time off the clock.
Akers behind C.J. Hammond, a tightly packed eye. 1st and goal from the 1. Sam Darnold's under center. Play action to Akers. Sam boots out to the right. Sam encountered, and he throws it away with his left hand. Montez Sweat all over him. It'll be an incomplete pass. So that'll make it 2nd and goal from the 1. An interesting facet about this game. Sam Darnold's yards per attempt is 5.8. Into the game, he was 3rd in the NFL, 8.5 yards per attempt, trailing only Lamar Jackson and Jared Goff.
Yeah.
2 of the 3 top MVP candidates, you know?
And, Paul, I think if the Bears have done anything, the Jonathan Owens and Kevin Byard, the safeties, and the same thing with Tyreek and Jalen Johnson, is they've been playing everything deep to short, right? And that's why we saw Hawkinson do so well throughout this half of the football game. They're taking away those deep passes. 2nd and goal from the 1. Offset eye right behind Darnold. Handoff Akers. Stretch out to the right. Encountered at the line of scrimmage. Runs his way for a touchdown. Cam Akers
with his first rushing touchdown this year. And the Minnesota Vikings have a 26-6 lead.
And Tyreek Stevenson getting up limping. So he's checking himself out. He's looked like he got an ankle twisted up in there somewhere. But this is what I'm saying. Just give it a shot. Run that football in and make a statement as Tyreek Stevenson now goes down.
Ooh.
And the trainers are coming out to check on him. But, you know, when you're in a position like we're in, you're up. You need, time of possession. You need to get that back in your favor, and you're doing some good things on the ground. Keep it up. Keep it up. Don't try to get too fancy. It's not too complicated at this stage of the game.
The operative number here is 50, as in 50. Here's why. Aaron Jones with a rushing touchdown earlier, the 50th of his career. Cam Akers with a rushing touchdown just now in the 50th game of his career. And he runs the Minnesota Vikings to a 26-6 lead. Tyreek Stevenson is still down. Now he's assisted up by members of the Chicago Bears training staff. And Will Reichard will look to extend the lead to 27-6.
Yeah, Paul, I don't know if you mentioned it on the call, but that was Cam Akers' first rushing touchdown of the season. And it's amazing to see him run with Aaron Jones. They have both such unique running styles, right? And Cam Akers does a really, really nice job deep in the red zone because of how he can just keep his momentum going forward and how well he reads blocks in front of him.
Reichard kicking to the east side of U.S. Bank Stadium. Andrew DePaula snaps to Ryan Wright. Will kicks from between the hash marks on the extra point. Snap spot. Reichard. It's good. On the Sleep Number scoreboard, it's all Minnesota with 10:14 to go in the game. The Vikings lead 27-6 on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Paul Larris.
From the convenience stores in Cloquet to the supermarkets in St. Cloud, the Minnesota Lottery's Vikings scratch game is here. These are the concrete coliseums where we'll challenge chance and chase glory, where we'll gamely scratch and fearlessly scrape in pursuit of up to $100,000 in cash prizes. These are the stadiums where we come to play. Get in the game. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
For the Vikings, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving live broadcasts from lag time, helping deliver the in-stadium experience for fans with millions more around the globe, and bringing all the benefits of the cloud to your network. So it's as secure as a defensive line and as legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
When football season kicks off, everything else takes a back seat to sports convenience. That's sports convenience. Running errands, not sports convenient. Cooking dinner, not sports convenient. But shopping online is now extra sports convenient thanks to Pays, a fast online checkout offered by banks and credit unions. With Pays, there's no typing in card numbers, no apps to download, and cards stay in one place so you don't have to leave the couch. In the name of sports convenience, try Pays today. Learn more at PAZE.com.
Hey, Mark Rosen here. Let me tell you about a great way to stream all your Vikings coverage, shows, and analysis right on your big screen TV. It's Fox Local, a free streaming app where you can watch live shows of Vikings Game Day Live or Postgame Tonight, plus a ton of exclusive stories and features that only Fox 9 can provide. So search Fox Local on your streaming device, install, and stay connected to your Vikings and local news here in Minnesota with Fox Local.
Scoreboard Central.
Brought to you by the Minnesota Lottery, where you can play the Minnesota Vikings scratch game from the Minnesota Lottery for a chance to win up to $100,000 instantly. It's a safety and then two coup field goals of 40 and 48 gives us a weird score of 15-3. Falcons have the lead over the Raiders. Now back to PA.
All right, Must 27-6. Minnesota leads the Chicago Bears. Will Reichard set to kick it off. And boom. There's the end-over-end production to the east side of U.S. Bank Stadium. Travis Homer falls for a fair catch. And the Bears will begin at their own 30-yard line. So the Vikings, assumedly well on their way to a 12-2 record. That would be the same record as the Detroit Lions. Detroit, losers yesterday to the Buffalo Bills, would still own the lead in the NFC North because they beat the Vikings here at US Bank Stadium. But these injuries for the Detroit Lions, holy cow. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson, Alex Anzalone, now David Montgomery's done for the season.
Yeah.
We'll see how that impacts them through the final three. Caleb Williams, 1st and 10 from his own 30. DJ Moore motions behind Williams to the right, and Caleb goes that way, caught DJ at the 30. Right in front of his bench to the 35. It's a quick hitting gain of 5, and it's 2nd and 5.
Yeah, for the Vikings defense, Paul, you have some of your, again, smaller bodies out there. So we do that with our personnel groups. Dallas Turner's out there, Pat Jones, but Jalen Redmond, but then you also have Jihad Ward, and we don't have a ton of depth at the interior defensive line position, so you're asking Jihad Ward to play a 3 technique.
Caleb Williams, 15 of 24, 162, 0 touchdowns, 0 picks. Facing a blitz, throws left to DJ Moore, caught at the 30, and he'll rally ahead to the 35. Barely gets past the line of scrimmage, but it'll be a gain of 2, making it 3rd and 3 with 9:20 and counting to go in the game. Caleb Williams, with those 25 attempts, by the way, has now gone 280 consecutive passes without a pick.
Yeah, it's been very impressive, and I think for Bears fans, they have to really be excited about the future. I understand there's going to be a lot of changes at the head coaching spot and maybe above, but Caleb Williams is definitely an impressive quarterback.
Bears 1 of 9 on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 3 from their own 37. Huge blitz. Oh, Caleb is smacked, and down goes Caleb Williams. Dallas Turner, with his 2nd sack this season, drives the Bears all the way back to the 27-yard line, and they're going to be punting to Brandon Powell.
Yeah, what an unbelievably good move. The speed to get around Darnell Wright, and that's exactly what we've been looking for out of Dallas Turner. What we wanted, what we expected, just an unbelievable move. Played man-to-man coverage. So Caleb Williams he didn't have his quick throw available.
2nd sack of Caleb this game. He's been sacked 58 times this year. Taylor with a wobbly punt, fielded by Powell at the 30, far side 35 to the 40, make it the 41. It's an 11-yard return by Brandon Powell. And the Vikings get the ball with a 27-6 lead. Ben Lieber's on the sideline.
Well, Pete was talking about it, that whole drive for their defense. It was mainly the backups on the defensive front, even the outside linebackers. And as Dallas Turner got that sack, guys, who's the first guy that's about 10 yards on the field celebrating with him?
You?
Jonathan Grenard. Not me.
Oh.
Not me. I would have liked to, but
Mike
you don't want to see my dancing. But there was Jonathan Grenard, who's having a monster game today. He was out there first to celebrate with his young little protege in Dallas Turner.
Your dancing's fine. But it can't be as good as your singing we hear during that commercial on KFAN. Now, that's top-notch.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
It's the best.
But just lean into it, right?
1st and 10 from the 40. Darnold tosses left to Aaron Jones, turns it up past the line of scrimmage, outside the numbers, hit and stopped at the 43. It's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, you gotta love Ben Lieber, but he'll do anything for money, Paul. Just remember that.
Anything?
Well, the singing part of it, at least.
Sam Darnold, 23 of 39, 225, a touchdown and a pick. He has 12 games this year with a passer rating of 100 or more. That's a Minnesota Vikings single season record. He's going to have to giddy up to have number 13 here. His passer rating 73.1.
Yeah, and that, some of that I think reflects the inefficiency. And early in this game, him trying to get the ball to Justin Jefferson, and the drop by JJ doesn't help either.
Jefferson targeted 13 times, 7 catches. Darnold hands it to Aaron Jones, speedy to the left side across the 45. Outside the numbers, hit at the 48 and stopped at the 50. AJ with an 8-yard gallop and a first down for the Minnesota Vikings.
And Paul, you have to take a look at our offense and take a look at this team, especially offensively, and just as the game. If you look at the game as a whole, how much better we get, not only throwing the ball but also running the football. And we struggled, I think, early, got away from the run a little bit, but we're getting back into it, and it's the outside run now that we've been taking advantage of the Bears. And so it's just, we're so versatile offensively.
16 runs, 78 yards, and a touchdown for Jones, and they're going to go right back to him. He heads to the right side, hit at the 46-yard line of the Bears. He'll plow ahead to the 44. It's a 5-yard gain for Jones. Members of this Bears defense undoubtedly getting tired. Jones should have been stopped after 2 or 3 yards. He ended up getting 5, and now we have a Bears timeout on the field.
Kind of an interesting time to take the timeout. Let's just want to get some substitutions in, and that's another thing. All the weapons at your disposal, the Vikings have tried to use as many as they can. Now, outside of us shooting ourselves in the foot with the offsides, but just the change of pace with the hurry-up offense, and running the ball inside, and then now trying to get it on the outside as this game wears on. So just the versatility with Kevin O'Connell and how he's calling this game is really fantastic.
2nd and 5 from the Bears 43, out of the timeout. 2 tight ends right, 2 receivers left, and out of that they'll run Aaron Jones to the right side. He stood up at the line of scrimmage, but he falls ahead for a gain of 2. And that'll make it 3rd and 3, and Thomas Brown, the interim head coach for the Chicago Bears, he's going to use his 2nd of 3 timeouts with 6:23 to go in the game. Minnesota leads 27-6.
And I got to maybe ask Ben, is this the shortest 3rd down that we've faced all day? I mean, the Vikings are 6 of 11 on 3rd down thus far, but at least it's 3rd and manageable.
Well, if my notes are correct, this is the 3rd 3rd and 3 that we have faced. Now, there was one a little while ago that was more like a 3rd and 2, but it said 3rd and 3. But yeah, it has not been a lot, you guys. And keep talking about it. It is pre-snap penalties. It's other penalties that's kind of like holding us back. But, 3rd down and long distance has been an issue today.
3rd and 3 for the Vikings from the Bears 41. Sam Darnold puts Jordan Addison in motion in front of him. He's out of the shotgun.
There we go.
False start on the Vikings. It's 3rd and 8.
I blame Ben on this one.
74.
Full start. Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
I think that's my man's 5th penalty this game. The Vikings have 9 penalties for 55 yards.
Yeah, and we've been getting out of that. And usually when you're able to run the football efficiently, as Tyreek Stevenson checks back in, I would test him out right away. But yeah, usually when you start running the football, it gets that offensive line in a rhythm for sure. But Cam's been struggling all day today.
Darnold shotgun, 2 receivers left and right. 3rd and 8 from the Bears 46. 6:23 to go in the game. The Vikes lead 27-6. Darnold facing a huge blitz, and down goes Sam Darnold. T.J. Edwards unscathed, got through for his 3rd sack this season. Knocked Sam all the way back to Vikings territory, and now they're going to be punting as the Bears use their final timeout with 6:17 to go in the game.
And that's the same blitz with Kyler Gordon coming off the edge that they ran earlier. And so you had C.J. Ham scanning all the way across. That means you have to slide the line up front, and there was absolutely no one there for T.J. Edwards. So, again, when you have a couple, you can either block the blitz up or you can decide to throw hot. And we had no one there to throw hot because we were trying to get, again, that's the difference, like what Ben was saying. 3rd and 3, you can do that. 3rd and 8 may not quite get it done. So that's just just a result of our own undoing, if you will, that stalled the drive.
That's the 2nd time Sam Darnold has been sacked this game, meaning he has been sacked 42 times this year. And Ryan Wright will punt it to Josh Blackwell. Oh, it's a block punt. The Bears block the punt, and it rolls out of bounds. Wright a little slow to get up, by the way, at the 35. Block punt by Dominique Robinson. 3rd year from Miami of Ohio. That's the 2nd punt that's been blocked on Ryan Wright during his career. The other 2022 by Indianapolis, and they scored a touchdown on it. But Robinson, like a shot, right through the middle for a block punt.
Yeah, just Chandler has to look for the most dangerous blocker because everybody kind of fanned out on that side, and you open up the middle. If there's anything you want to do, you want to block from the inside out because the outside guy has the longest route to go. So just a break in protection, and these are those little mental errors, Paul. Like just not having and being tight on everything mentally that causes these things to happen. And now, you know, the Bears with 6:13 left to go are almost already in our red zone.
Trailing 27-6, Caleb Williams, two receivers left and right. DeAndre Swift to his right. He's about a yard in front of Caleb, who works out of the shotgun. Keenan Allen in motion. Here come the Vikings with a blitz, and Caleb fires right fast to Keenan Allen, and it's caught for a shorty, maybe a gain of 2 yards. In fact, it was so short it was no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, nice job on the outside by Theo Jackson, Paul. And so you get in some of these other, bodies. You have Fabian Moreau get a good chance to play.
Oh, looky here.
You know, and so
Bo Richter, Brian Asamoah, Camus Grugier-Hill, Theo Jackson, Jay Ward, Fabian Moreau.
The unteachables are in.
Caleb Williams, quite the quick study. 2nd and 10 from the Vikings 27, puts DeAndre Swift to his right. The play clock is down to 0. No delay of game. Okay. Caleb steps away from some pressure, floats out to the left, throws over the middle, caught Keenan Allen, and he will forge ahead to the 15 for a catch of 12 and a Chicago Bears first down.
That puts Keenan Allen at 5 receptions, 67 yards. So, again, I am so impressed with Caleb Williams' ability to move. We've had pressure on him all game. He's just been able to avoid it.
Williams out of the shotgun, first down from the Vikings 16. Here's a Vikings blitz. The pass is right, and it's incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. And the intended receiver was Keenan Allen and Dwight McGlothern, the undrafted rookie from Arkansas. He will get a pass defense, assumedly jarred it away from Keenan Allen.
Kevin O'Connell's brought McGlothern's name up a few times the last couple of weeks, just as a guy off the radar who's improving week in and week out.
2nd down, 5.5 minutes to go. 27-6 Vikings. Here's scrimmage from the Vikings 16. They've yet to score a touchdown this game. Moore to the left, 2 receivers right. Keenan make that Caleb Williams, fires to the end zone, incomplete. He was looking for Rome Adunze, covered by a dropping linebacker, Camus Grugier-Hill, who has 2 picks this year. So now it's 3rd and 10, and don't you think it's interesting with 6.5 minutes to go in the game? O'Connell put all of his backups in knowing you got a big one at Seattle on a short week. And, he does so leading 27-6, but that's aggressively early.
Yeah, a little bit, I think. But it's good chance for these young guys to get out there and get some real time, because you're only a play away from being a starter if you're any one of these guys on the field.
The Bears a robust 1 of 10 on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 10. Caleb Williams to the end zone, back right, incomplete. And it wasn't even close for Keenan Allen. Dwight McGlothern. The undrafted rookie covering the veteran who was football immortality, Keenan Allen, in his 12th year from Cal, doing a good job.
And, you have to be athletic to be a corner, but you also have to be smart. They tried to work a double move on McGlothern, and McGlothern was saying, no, you're not just trying to move the chains. You're going for the touchdown right there, and stayed back on it. So, really good job of having awareness of down and distance.
Bears 0 of 2 on 4th down. It's the Bears' first offense against a bunch of backups for the Minnesota Vikings deep in the 4th quarter. Caleb Williams steps away from some pressure, fires to the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Chicago Bears. It's Keenan Allen with a 16-yard touchdown grab. He now has 6 this year. Caleb Williams has thrown for 17 touchdowns, and it's 27-12 Minnesota.
Well, good job by the defense to hang in there and make them use all the downs, so to speak, but Keenan Allen coming up big. And I'll tell you what, Caleb Williams, if there's an area of the field that he owns, it's between the hash marks. He is downright deadly sometimes in the middle of the field.
Cairo Santos set to attempt the extra point. John Hussey and his staff have stopped play. The back judge is...
Defense, too many in formation. We're checking with Chicago if they would like to enforce the penalty and go for 2.
Oh, that's...
Correction. Chicago is elected to go for 2 points from the 1 yard line.
That's interesting. Go ahead, Paul.
We had too many men out there.
Oh!
So now they're going to go for a 2-point try. The Bears are 3 of 9 on twos this year.
Yeah, but usually if you have too many men on the field, someone runs off before the ball snapped, then it's not a penalty. They said there were too many defensive guys in formation. So bit of a head scratcher there. I didn't know that dictated the 12 men no matter what, even if the guy runs off. But now the Bears have a chance to go for 2 and make this a 13-point game.
27-12 as the Bears will attempt a 2-point conversion with their first offense against Dwight McLeathern, Dallas Turner, Cam Bynum, Camus Grugier-Hill, Bo Richter, Fabian Moreau, Theo Jackson, Jerry Tillery, Harrison Phillips, and Jalen Redmond, along with Jonathan Bullard. Caleb out of the shotgun, looks left, throws left, knocked away, back center, make that back right of the end zone in the middle, right next to the boundary. Fabian Moreau with terrific coverage, and the 2 is no good as we pause for station identification. And this is Minnesota Vikings football.
Listen to groundbreaking interviews and thrilling play-by-play all season long. Touchdown! On SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Well, with 5:19 left to go here at the bank, the Vikings with a 27-12 lead. And Paul, one guy I do want to point out is Fabian Moreau. And with Stephon Gilmore being out, we've seen a little bit more of Fabian Moreau and Shaq Griffin. But Moreau doing an unbelievably good job against DJ Moore. Again, understanding the situation and where the ball is going to be thrown. But he's played really, really well. And we've tested the depth a little bit of this veteran cornerback group. I mean, we went from young to old in a season. But Fabian Moreau, a guy that we're going to need probably in the stretch once we hit the playoffs.
So the Vikings lead 27-12. The Bears' first touchdown of the game just took place. Caleb Williams with a 16-yard touchdown pass to Keenan Allen. And by the way, that was off a blocked punt. Dominic Robinson, a backup defensive lineman, got through the middle and blocked Ryan Wright's punt. And 6 plays, 27 yards later, in just 54 seconds, the Chicago Bears get their sole touchdown of this game. Minnesota still leads by 15. And once again, the Vikings, with 6.5 minutes to go in the game, emptied the bench, put all of their backup defensive players in. Dwight McLeathern, Fabian Moreau, Camus Grugier-Hill, they all did a pretty good job right there until the touchdown at the end.
Yeah, in this game, the Bears declare for an onside kick. So Here we go.
Santos will onside it to the right, gets a great bounce, make that to the left, and Josh Oliver falls on it in front of his head coach, Kevin O'Connell, at about the 43-yard line. And now into the game for the Minnesota Vikings, assumedly, will be Nick Mullins. No, Darnold's still in. So they went backups on defense, but they still have their first offense out there.
Well, I mean, I think that lets us all know that they're going to be running the football, right? I mean, that's one of the things you don't want to do. You don't want to put your quarterback in a situation you don't have to. But
no Jefferson, no Addison.
Yeah, we finished this game pretty solidly, but it's just, again, the mistakes, the penalties, the block kick. I mean, it's just too many to be making.
1st and 10 from the Bears 42. Trent Sherfield Sr. in motion to the right. Handoff Cam Akers to the right. Jump cut sweetly away from an on-charging Bear, and he stopped at the 37. Gain of 5. 2nd and 5 with 5 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, Aaron Jones having another good evening, especially when we got to him maybe toward the end of that third quarter. Just the outside run, Paul. You run against a 4-man front defense like this, and you should have some angles. So the tight end's doing a great job, and the outside run, I think, was very effective late into the second half.
So no Addison, Jefferson, or T.J. Hawkinson. 2 tight ends to the right of Brian O'Neill. Josh Oliver and Johnny Munt. Cam Akers, the tailback. Sherfield Sr. in motion. Handoff Cam to the left side. Then he runs right into Montez Sweat, who stops him at the line of scrimmage. No gain, 3rd and 5. And the Bears have no timeouts remaining, and they trail 27-12 with 4:20 and counting to go in the game. And now, given his third down, in comes big boy, DJ Hawkinson. And if they throw, I say it goes his way to get a first down.
Yeah, probably. I mean, for the Bears, it took them one play to realize who was actually in the game and who was out. And so they've gone to an 8-man box and leaving the receivers one-on-ones on the outside. So, they didn't do that really much all night with JJ.
Minnesota 6 of 12 on third down. Darnold back to pass, throws right, caught. Trent Sherfield Sr. at the 33, jumps ahead to the 31 for a first down. Make it the 32, but that's fine. 5-yard gain with 3.5 minutes to go in the game. Trent Sherfield Sr. with some tenacity to get a first down for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, that's Sherfield's 8th reception of the year, and so he's come up big in a couple spots, has 1 touchdown, and he's done a tremendous job on defense. So, I know he's not happy about the penalty earlier in this game, but he's been doing some really good things.
1st and 10 from the Bears 32. Darnold under center. Sherfield Sr. in motion again to the right. Handoff Cam Akers. Jalen Johnson snipped it out and countered him in the backfield and brought him down at the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Yeah, Jalen Johnson saying, you know what, I don't care if you run something behind me. It's just a matter of we're playing the run across the board right now. So Cam Akers trying to bounce that thing outside and just wasn't able to get there. But really the main opponent at this moment is the clock with 2:36 left to go. You have 14 on the clock, so we'll get 1 play off here before the half. And I don't think the Bears, I don't know how many timeouts that they have left. I don't think they have
0. Darnold shotgun on 2nd and 12 from the Bears 34. It's a gun run to Cam Akers, and he is hit by Robinson, who blocked a punt earlier near the line of scrimmage. And he will fall ahead for a gain of 1. 3rd down for the Minnesota Vikings out of the 2-minute warning, and they have a 27-12 lead on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings radio network, driven by Polaris.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go a walk in the park with the new Ford Explorer. Become the MVP of the work site with the unrivaled performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America. Or discover what it really means to adventure in the great outdoors with the new Bronco Sport. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
From coin flip to final whistle, show your diehard passion for your Minnesota Vikings all season with your favorite purple and gold gear from Shields. Bring your best this year, whether you're cheering from US Bank Stadium or from your living room with your favorite jerseys, hats, collectibles, and Vikings branded gear from the Shields Fan Shop. Visit us at your local Shields or Shields.com and let's cheer on the Vikings. Shields, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings and football fans everywhere.
At U.S. Bank, when they say they're in it with you, they mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there, the fine-tuning of goals, the managing of cash and workflows, and decision-making. They're in to help you through all of it, because together they're proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. Visit usbank.com to get started today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, copyright 2024, U.S. Bank.
Go ahead, eat the Land O'Lakes butter and cheese. Because when you spread that butter to every corner of your bread and sprinkle that cheese over everything, you're spreading goodness to our farmer owners and their communities. So don't hold back. Go ahead, eat the Land O'Lakes cheese. Eat the Land O'Lakes butter. Savor every moment of it. Eat it like you own it. Because 1,000 of our farmer owners do. As a hometown Minnesota company, Land O'Lakes is a proud sponsor of the Vikings.
Back to US Bank Stadium. 2 minutes left to go. The Vikings up 27-12. And Ben Lieber, Aaron Jones referred to it as not the Lambeau Leap, but the bank vault. What are your thoughts on the new touchdown celebration?
It was anticlimactic. He's been talking about doing this bank vault, which is the US Bank version of the Lambeau Leap. And, you know, when you can't get all the way up to the crowd because it's so high, it just doesn't work. I mean, he did his best. He struggled, even was kicking his feet like a little kid trying to get to the top rung, and it just didn't work. So might need to rethink the bank vault.
All right, here we go. Vikings on 3rd down and 11 to go. 2-by-2. Darnold in the gun. Handoff inside. Going to come up just a little bit short. So we're staring at 4th and 8.
Hey, Pete, you know what I think is a really interesting stat? It certainly didn't seem like that maybe throughout the game because the Bears did have some success running the football, 110 yards rushing the ball right now, but we held them defensively. I think they're 1 of 10 on 3rd down.
Yeah, they were situationally, we were fantastic. The Bears 1 of 11, 9%. 1 of 3 on 4th down. 1 of 3 in the red zone. So, and only 276 total yards. So, yeah, I mean, defensively, I think overall we did a good job. And then a lot of those running yards came toward the end, middle of the 4th quarter. And we had, again, guys like Jihad Ward out there playing interior tackle. We don't have a lot of depth with those big guys. So to give those guys a break, Pat Jones comes in, plays 3 technique, and, you know, and the Bears saw that and ran the football well. But
well, here's a question for you. I'm going to put you on the spot. It does seem like, even going back to last week, there has been some run success against our defense on the edge, the perimeter. Now, there might be a variety of ways that they get to it. You know, DJ Moore, you know, direct handoffs and stuff like that, or lining him up in the backfield, which is a different personnel group. But they did have success, once again, back-to-back weeks of running on the edges. Do you think there's something to that, or is it just a scheme that we're just not fitting up?
Reichard, 46. Kick is up, and kick is good. It's 30-12 Minnesota. Pete, we're saying?
Well, I think a lot of that, Ben, has to do with how the outside linebackers are playing that. I mean, we're seeing a lot more Dallas Turner in there, but Van Ginkel and Bernard and Pat Jones, the way that with the technique with which they have to set the edge, you know, can become kind of difficult. You're okay with the running back getting outside if you make him go deeper and wider, and then you combine that with guys like Jerry Tillery and Jalen Redmond and Bullard, and those guys on the inside having to really get off their blocks. So I think it has more to do with us not capturing the line of scrimmage with our defensive front as much as anything else, and it's allowing the cutbacks. I think we saw that a lot against Atlanta, and maybe not as much tonight. I think we did a much better job of that, but it is a concern, especially if the defense is going to be out on the field for a majority of the half or majority of the game.
Reichard set to kick it off. A couple deep for the Chicago Bears. Minnesota with a 30-12 lead at Seattle Sunday. Back home the 29th to play Green Bay and close the season January 5th at Ford Field. Boom. There's the kick. Homer elects for a touchback, so the Bears begin at the 30, a minute 12 to go. Ben, you first. We all watched Seattle lose to Green Bay last night, so you got a road game out in Seattle at Lumen. Those are generally difficult to win. Packers and Lions after that. The Eagles and the Lions are each 12-2 operations. Likewise for the Minnesota Vikings. What do you think it'll take to win the division and get the 1 seed?
Well, I think at this point we do have a little bit more control of our playoff destiny. So I think you have to have the mentality of winning out. And obviously that includes going out to Seattle, which may be, maybe a little bit easier task if their quarterback doesn't play. But it certainly involves going to Detroit, which is going to be a gigantic football game, and we would have to win that one as well. So it's not going to be easy. But I think if we were given a little bit of the controls back yesterday, then we have to take full control and just win out.
What do you think, Pete? Specifically, Vikings and Packers, the one in front of that.
Yeah, you absolutely, I think, have to win that game. I don't know by the time we get to the Detroit game, how much that's absolutely going to matter. If it's a division situation, then yeah, you have to play. I just hope that the team understands what they have in front of them. And I mean, since the 2000 season, we've only had 14 playoff games and 5 wins. Right, the last win here in the stadium was the Minneapolis Miracle, in January 2018. So, when you can't just assume that you're going to go to the playoffs every year, and when you have an opportunity like you have this year, which is unique, ask anybody, then capitalize on it.
In the game, replacing Williams, hands off to Travis Homer, goes up the middle, might have gotten a yard, and it'll be 4th down for the Bears, but that's going to be the game.
All right, Chad, all right, that's going to do it.
Consecutive games. The final score 30-12, and your Minnesota Vikings have improved to 12-2. David Koob, our statistician,
Vikings get the dub, move their record to 12-2 on the season.
Aaron Jones, 18 carries, 86 yards.
Thank you so much for the support tonight, y'all. With the restart after being hidden, came back up, did 5,000 in the second half there. So a little 15,000 stream today when you put them together.
No fumbles.
And I'll be back tomorrow night for a rarity on the channel. I'm doing some Kings hockey tomorrow night here on Valhalla Sports Talk. Friday, we've got a bowl game. Thursday night football. So appreciate the support. I want to say good night, Gracie.
But we pause first. The Vikings are 12-2 after a 30-12 victory over the Chicago Bears, and this is Minnesota Vikings football.
There you go. I want to say good night, Gracie. Thank you to both the Berserkers and the V-Homies. We lost the Mendoza line for the member count there. We're below 100, which is a rarity as of late, but I appreciate the support. And back tomorrow night for Kings hockey here on the channel. Thank you to the moderators for your help tonight. Thank you to all the folks that subscribed. I think we're going to be just shy of that 19.3 number. Let me hit a refresh here. Yeah, we're going to be 6 shy of 19.3. So if you haven't and you want to reward the effort, please hit that subscribe button. But the Vikings get a victory, 30-12. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Valhalla Sports Talk, at least on this end, on the mic, is off the air.